Here's to us. Hope we always agree.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's a new episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And today we got two new movies out there in the movie pleasuring world to touch your little bean we call your movie pleasure center.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the first one.
Did you say bean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
All right,
Don't you like beans?
We're gonna flick your movie pleasuring bean right now.
We're gonna flick your movie pleasure bean. That's what you wanted me to say. I'm just reading it off the cards you have in the window.
What are we talking about first, pal?
All right, first we will be talking about the one, the only, has three of the biggest blockbuster stars in the world, including the five-time one of the most beautiful men of all times that knows nothing better but than how to do a people's elbow and rise his eyebrow and flex his pecs. He is the Brahma Bull. He is the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment. He is also known as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
The rocks you see here in the river are sandstone, but some people just take them for granted. It's one of my bolder attractions. You know, before this, I used to work in an orange juice factory, but I got canned. Couldn't concentrate. Yeah, they put the squeeze on me, too. That's a good one. I should have opened with that one.
And that was from Indiana Jones 5. No, that's the Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise, one of my favorite love segments of the entire movie. The rest of the movie is awesome by any means, but then also Gal Gadot is in this as well.
I am not with you. You would knowingly sacrifice all those lives as if they mean less than yours.
Diana, let's talk
as
about this
if they
outside.
mean nothing. Where I come from,
Diana.
generals don't hide in their offices like cowards.
That's enough.
They fight alongside their soldiers. They die with them on the battlefield.
That's enough.
You should be ashamed.
My
You
apologies.
should be ashamed.
Diana.
All of you should
Diana.
be ashamed.
Yeah, and also the Deadpool.
The beautiful, the sexy, the most magnificent bastard in the entire world. This is his first time ever playing Deadpool, Mr. Ryan Reynolds.
Great. Stuck in an elevator with 5 guys on a high-protein diet.
Oh, wait.
Dreams really do come true.
Just shut it. You're up next.
Thank you, sir. You look really nice today. It's the green. Brings out the seriousness in your eyes.
Oh, my God. You ever shut up, pal?
No, not when I'm awake.
His Deadpool actually is the actual Deadpool. Way better than that.
No, yeah. That was Wade Wilson. The whole reason he did that was just so he could get the rights to Deadpool.
He did a good job.
He
Made it for 20 years later.
So the movie that we're talking about there with the 3 major stars is Red Notice,
on
the
Netflix.
number one debuting movie of all time on Netflix.
So I know that Netflix is now showing people numbers, and they're flexing. like they're like, all the other people, like Disney Plus, I was like, this is what numbers look like. Why don't you go?
Yeah, why don't you come over here and take a look at this big boy?
Yeah. It's like what LBJ used to do. People in the office, he'd be next to some diplomat. It's like, you're seeing a dick this big. He'd tell people what asshole. But so Netflix, in other words,
also,
WJ. Yeah.
Also, let's see here. Coming up next, the second movie that we're doing tonight, it's one that Chris has been fiending over for weeks.
Yeah.
Sometimes I need to write down the people I did the clips for.
Oh, okay. I will. I mean, okay. I got them. I got them over here. But we're talking about the French Dispatch of
Yeah, the French Dispatch, and you have to say the title right. I don't know why they keep shortening it everywhere. But it is the French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun.
Right.
And first, I believe I got a clip for Mr. Bill Murray.
And the idea of a trilogy was something, as an artist, you think the great ones, Godfather and Lethal Weapon.
But the question is, why in the world Garfield 3?
Can this be just between us?
Yes.
Drugs cost money.
We also have a Tilda Swinton clip.
Tilda Swinton.
Okay. Welcome, Donald. Welcome to Snuff, where we are teaching the strong-willed man how to dress, think, eat, fuck. Do you like the magazine, Donald?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty much all I read.
Good answer. Look, this is ours. This is ours. Right, we made this. What's our demographic? Every fucking one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's Tilda Swinton's unrecognizable in that role. You know, like
she's unrecognizable in 90% of the roles that she does. Let's just be honest. Like I was going through, looking through all the different ones that she's done. Everything from the Chosen One or whatever, from Doctor Strange to freaking Gabriel and Constantine to like. She's amazing. And like everything. Oh, also, the white queen in freaking Chronicles of Narnia.
And we got Benicio del Toro.
Oh yes, del Toro.
I've never killed a man. I beg your pardon? I said I've never killed a man. I didn't ask if you had. You asked why I thought I was qualified. I think of that as qualification.
And I'm just wondering why that in particular strikes you as an important qualification for semen donation.
I would say that's a big fucking qualification. Excuse me, a very important qualification. No one's ever said that before. You ever asked?
No.
You should.
What I love about that clip is the way he looks when he said you should. He's like, fuck. You know, like,
yeah,
but sure.
That was The Way of the Gun, which is not the best movie, but it has like good scenes.
Yeah, it does.
And good acting in it.
And then also the final clip we have, we could have pulled a million, but the amazing Jeffrey Wright's in this.
Jeffrey Wright, yes.
I am the Watcher. I am your guide through these vast new realities. Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
So he is,
and that was him. He actually did that, like speeding it up, because that is usually like a 2-minute intro.
Yeah.
And Jeffrey Wright, I'm already a big fan of his because of Westworld. Yeah. And but then I went looking into his his history.
He's in fucking everything, dude. He's amazing.
Yeah, he's another chameleon that just is everywhere.
He's awesome.
And I did the What If. I also did the What If because they just announced last week that there's a second season of What If coming out.
This also stars Adrian Brody.
So many people in this movie. Go for it.
Adrian Brody, Leah Seydoux, Frances McDormand, Timothy Chalamet, Matthew Emmerich, Owen Wilson, Henry Winkler's in this shit. Goddamn, Christoph
Larry
Waltz,
Pine, freaking Bill Murray, Frances McDormand. Like there was just
Lee
so many
Schreiber,
people.
Willem Dafoe, Edward Norton, Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
Just so many.
Matthias Armick. Like it's just like
it was Elizabeth Moss, Jason Schwartzman, Fisher Stevens, Angelica Houston's in this shit. Everyone's in this movie.
Everyone that's ever been existed, either with Wes Anderson or new to Wes Anderson, like, and to be honest, when we talk about this movie as the second movie tonight, I'm going to go into deep. We'll tell you a little reason why there's so many people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like
that's
the
important.
basis of that movie is why. So first, Chris, tell them where they can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/moviesdon'tsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at MTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. Go to bonfire.com/moviesdon'tsuck to something to do if you want merch. We're on YouTube. If you're watching YouTube, subscribe. We're watching on Twitch, go subscribe. And we're on all stream platforms. I think that's it, right?
Oh.
That's it, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Okay. I think that's all of it.
Yeah, wherever you find podcasts, you can find Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. We made sure of that.
We made sure of it. We got all over it. We, we know we're not famous yet.
Not yet.
But I did get noticed at Taco Bell drive-thru this morning.
Where did they notice you from?
The radio station.
They're like, "Yeah, you work for the radio station."
And then they asked me for concert tickets. I hate that.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one reason I hate.
How many times do you get asked for that now? Like for concert tickets? And now that you work for the radio station?
If I'm working an event, like 100.
Okay.
And 5.
Okay.
I can't even tell you. How many times I'm working an event. That's probably the second time outside of there.
But I think what happens is you're like,
I have a friend named Bill that he sometimes messages me when he's randomly listening to one of the radio stations I work for, and will give me suggestions.
You guys should put this in the rotation.
Yeah, you should put this in rotation. Why are you playing this? That doesn't make sense on that station. And I'm just like, I don't have those answers. I am not even like, I'm like right above like the janitor. Like, I'm not that popular of a guy yet by any further. Like, believe me, I have no self-esteem when it comes to that.
If you were gonna quit, you should switch like the beautiful people and put it on like the Christian radio station area. Just
beautiful people. No, I'm gonna put "Fuck You with an Anchor" by Hailstorm. Fuck you with a fucking anchor.
Well, I'm trying to think of something.
In the balls.
Well, I mean, they're putting blasphemous songs I listen to, and one's called "I'm Going to Hell for This one." I'm gonna put that in there, but
Oh, it's far out. All right, so I gotta tell you this story. This is some bullshit. So,
is this part of the small business thing we're helping with this story?
Oh shoot, man! I haven't even gone to small business yet. Thank you for stopping me. Let's talk small businesses. I like helping small businesses, including this business today called Valhalla Horns. Valhalla Horns is based right out of the wonderful. You know what? It doesn't tell me where they're based out of because it's all on the website. So they're usually at Renaissance. They're usually at Renaissance Festival, pirate festivals, stuff like that. And there are descriptions like this: looking for a horn or maybe some new feastware? Do yourself a favor. Take a look at Valhalla Horns. Then please shop around. You'll be back. We promise. We know as we have the best quality at the best prices you're going to find anywhere. These guys basically make horns and things to hold on to the horns for your drinking pleasure, for Renaissance Festival and stuff like that. You look pretty badass. Oh, they even make silverware. They make mugs, cups, pendants. They even do leather work. It's all handmade, and the guys are just some of the nicest bearded fellows that you'll ever meet in your life. So if you need some horns, if you need some pouches, if you need something for anything coming up for costumes, or if you just want to look cool, give them a look. You can go to Valhalla Horns, which is VALHALLAHORNS.com, or Valhalla Horns at Valhalla Horns on Facebook. So, what was I going to tell you?
You said they had a story to tell me.
Okay.
Okay.
This is cool, though. I don't know if Topher's watching us or anything like that today, because he has been working nonstop because he's got a new job with Afro Man.
Oh, yeah. You told me
Afro Man, right?
Is that he like personal assistant to Afro Man?
Yeah, pretty much right now, because Afro Man is driving around Oklahoma doing Smokelahoma. And
he's got to.
And he was just like, yeah, man, I'm with Afro Man, and it's cool, and I'm like, you're not with Afro Man. He goes, no, man, I'm like with Afro Man. And then he sends me a video of them at IHOP.
Yeah.
With Afro Man talking about a cheeseburger omelet he had one time, and his munchies were kicking in so good that he really wanted a cheeseburger omelet again. And so then another video got sent to me of Afro Man describing the cheeseburger omelet to a waitress at an IHOP in Yukon. I think it's Yukon, Oklahoma. And I thought it was the funniest shit ever, man. Because to be honest, this past week I've been doing nothing but stuff around the house, so I don't have any great stories or anything to really talk about this past week. But I laughed so hard, dude. I was gassing. I've told everybody that story, I think, all week long. It's been my go-to for the week.
Nothing happened for me, but Monday and Tuesday, the internet was out. You know how I work from home? So I had to fucking... somebody sound like such an asshole, but had to actually go in the office Monday and Tuesday to work. I was like, yeah, people are like, boo-hoo, you have to go in the office. So I'm like, but I'm so used to working from home. So that fucking really fucking sucked. And, it's just...
You had to dress up in your button-up shirt and your
not doing
dress slacks.
I was the only person there besides the president of this company. not like the president of the U.S., but president of the company. And he was there. He let me in. And then the second day, he was there for like 2 hours and then just left. And I was gone alone for the rest of the day. I didn't know that. It was just.
Oh, you could have been butt naked in there, huh?
I could have done I mean, there's cameras in there, but like, it really fucking sucked. And I was really mad at Google, but they're gonna make it up for me somehow.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
Is Google gonna make it up to you?
They're gonna make it up. They're gonna give me credit for those 2 days times 2, like towards my bill. So
really,
yeah, for those 2 days though. Oh, it's not like the whole month.
Nice.
But other than that,
they should just give you the month for free. I mean, that's what I'm saying.
Everyone's gearing up for Thanksgiving. You know what I mean? So
yeah, Thanksgiving's what next Thursday?
Next Thursday. I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna be
so we're not gonna do ours next Thursday, everybody. So instead, we're gonna be doing it next Sunday.
Yeah,
is what we're planning on.
We'll be talking about Ghostbusters and what the other one is, the King Richard, right? That's the one.
You know what I hate? This is one thing I hate. I'm going to talk about this for a second. Is streaming. I hate streaming. You know why?
That's why. Because why?
Like streaming services.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
Because no, it's not just that there's so many of them. Because I've noticed a pattern for the last 2 years, and it's smart business wise. I get why they do it. But I hate it.
What do you hate about it?
If there's a sequel coming out, everything gets pulled.
Yeah.
And then it gets boosted up by like $2 or $3 a movie.
Yeah. Like, if you want to watch Ghostbusters 1 or 2,
they're gone. They're gone.
Expect to pay for them.
There's usually on platforms all the time. I have not ever had a problem trying to find Ghostbusters to watch.
But now you have to pay for it.
I own the first 2 Ghostbusters on DVD still. It's part of my collection because I have the collector's editions ones. But, I want to watch it while I'm going to sleep. I don't have a DVD player in my bedroom.
Yeah.
So it's like, so I was trying to look for it and I was like, fuck, what the hell, guys? So I had to go download them because I was just like, I'm not going to pay $4.99 every time I want to watch Ghostbusters again.
Man, I know that's one of the movies I can probably know. I know by heart, 1 and 2 actually. Mm-hmm. And so this was a very important movie growing up. I can't wait for the sequel. It's one of the few things that I can say.
I know the 4th Ghostbusters. Who believes it? Here's a wrestling thing, and it's kind of funny. So there's a group called the Young Bucks. They're the ones that started All Elite Wrestling, and they do a show every week called Being the Elite. And one of the wrestlers of the Young Bucks, named Nick Jackson, of the 2 brothers, Matt and Nick Jackson, he started in the last 2 weeks. Every time a telemarketer calls him, he answers the phone and then records it. And he's like, hello, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's funny shit. I love wrestling. Anyway, wrestling's awesome. Did you know that?
Yeah. Well, we talked about the Edge the other day.
On this day, I see clearly, 'cause my fan has come to life. That's his theme song. Edge, yeah. Like I said to you, okay, we'll make this short and sweet because we'll jump into the movies. I know people
don't give a fuck about wrestling.
Yeah, don't give a fuck about wrestling. But Chris asked me if I ever liked, if I liked the wrestler named Edge. And I gave him the answer. I want to read it.
It was a paragraph because I showed it to my wife. I asked Neil if I like Edge, and he goes, "This is his answer." And it took over the whole screen.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna pull it up and I'm gonna read it because I want to read it in the voice that I was thinking.
Okay, well, first you gotta say what I said before that, and then
okay. I was like, why does the Edge? You said why does the Edge, not Edge, wrestle even though he's not medically cleared? I go, he is medically cleared. He wasn't not 7 years ago. He had a neck surgery that it all healed up all the bone fusions and all the spurs, got it all out of his neck, and it took him this long to come back to be able to wrestle. He's been working this whole time to become a wrestler again.
Yeah,
is that weird? 7 years.
So
and you're like, I was like, yeah, but you said, man, his body has taken a beating. And I was like, yeah, but he's healed up. Look at this. And I showed you pictures of him with his awesome 8-pack that he has now at the age of 44.
Yeah.
And and you're like, you like that guy. And my response, this is funny. I swear to you, this is more than just wrestling funny. This is sarcastically awesome funny. Do you mean, do I like the guy who started as a loner goth guy that came out through a crowd to a song that started with "You Think You Know Me" with the gothic underground techno music? Then he switched to being a vampire in a group named The Brood, then became a part of the Undertaker's satanic ministry, that then became the 14-time tag team champion, one time being with Hulk Hogan. He also helped create one of the most popular hardcore matches of all time, TLC, aka Tables, Ladders, and Chairs, who then became a solo act who became the R-rated superstar with Hot Lady, that was a misprint. Hot Lady Alita on his side after he cashed in the first ever Money in the Bank briefcase on John Cena after the first ever Ultimate Elimination Chamber match. Then the next night had a live sex act show with Lita the next night on Monday Night Raw. At this time, his theme music was Never Gonna Stop by Rob Zombie, then switched to Alter Bridge's Mendeley. Then good guy beat the heel champ, then turned good guy, beat the heel champ for the reigns at World Heavyweight Champion and the most reigns as World Heavyweight Champion in history before making a surprise return in 2019. That guy, you think I like him?
So yeah, I read all that. I'm like, okay, yeah, Neil likes him a lot.
He's literally called a rated R superstar, man. I mean, how could I not?
He's you. But yeah, you know what else? Do we know what wasn't rated R?
The Red Notice.
The Red Notice is rated PG-13, directed by who was it? Directed by Rawson Marshall Thurber. And you know, he has an English sounding name, but he's English. But he directed what else did he directed? He's directed We're the Millers 2, which is coming out. Dodgeball. You remember Dodgeball, right?
Yeah.
Central Intelligence, Skyscraper, Manchild.
Ooh, yeah, so Skyscraper's a great movie.
He's definitely worked The Rock before.
He's worked The Rock before.
Also,
he has Dwayne Johnson.
This is, if you want to say that he's auteur, I guess so, because he directed and wrote this, starring the amazing, the incredible Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
The rocks you see here in the river are set.
No.
What?
No.
What?
You never say the incredible. It's not incredible. It's the most electrifying man in all of sports entertainment, The Rock.
The rocks you see here in the river are sandstone, but some people just take them for granted.
It also stars Ryan Reynolds as Nolan Booth.
Great. Stuck in an elevator with 5 guys on a high-protein diet.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so, and also stars the always beautiful, always sexy, always great, amazing Gal Gadot.
Always wonderful.
Always wonderful. She's great.
I am not with you. You would knowingly sacrifice all those lives.
Yeah, and also this stars Rita Area as Inspector Vashi, Vincent D'Amato, Chris Demon. Man, I can't say that name. Chris Demonatopoulos, right? That's right. Ivan McCobb, Raphael Padardi, and a bunch of other people. But really, the main people, the only people you need to know, are Dwayne, Ryan, and Gal. Why don't you go ahead and read the story on this, pal?
Oh, there's a storyline.
There is.
Oh, it's a big storyline.
It's a Netflix storyline. Look at that.
When an Interpol issued Red Notice, the highest level warrant to hunt and capture the world's most wanted, goes out, the FBI's top profiler, John Hartley, Dwayne Johnson, is on the case. His global pursuit finds him smack dab in the middle of a daring heist, where he's forced to partner with the world's greatest art thief, Nolan Booth, Ryan Reynolds, in order to catch the world's most wanted art thief, the Bishop, aka Gal Gadot. And the high-flying adventure that ensues takes the trio around the world, across the dance floor, trapped in a secluded prison, into the jungle, and worst of all for them, constantly into each other's company.
So what to say about this movie? It was released on Netflix, I think, last Friday, right? Like
#1 highest debut for a movie in Netflix history.
So first off, what happens with Dwayne and Ryan Reynolds is that they sort of play themselves, right? Like that's what I got from it. They played. What is going on out there?
There's my printer just started printing.
Is it say the call is coming from inside the house? That's how it says.
No, it was updating.
Okay,
updating its installed apps. I don't know. It happens. Okay, I live in a house.
So Dwayne and Ryan Reynolds, they sort of play themselves in this movie, right? Like you're not gonna get like it's sort of like a PG-13 Deadpool type character, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson just plays Dwayne.
Was it PG-13 though?
This yeah, 100%, 100% PG-13.
Yeah. So this could have been better if it was R-rated.
Yeah, it could have been better as R-rated. It was neutered. It was also, and here's how I described it. And I don't feel like this. I thought it was Deadpool for normies. Like that's what I got from it. Like
I don't feel like it was Deadpool for normies. I feel like this was 3 people who all love each other because they all have worked with each other at some point in all their histories. And they all 3 just wanted to work together. Someone made a pretty simple plot, with a couple of twists in there. Let's be honest, there are a couple little twists.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, like the ending.
Yeah, a little bit. There's like one big twist I didn't really see coming too much.
Yeah, is that the ending you're talking about?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like at the ending.
That makes total sense. That's what happened. But these 3 played really well off of each other.
Yeah, there's the Dwayne and Rock Johnson, and Dwayne and Ryan Reynolds. It's hard not to like them because they're so charming on screen. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah, I've liked The Rock and everything he's ever done, even
they're
the
so charming,
stuff.
but this movie kind of not that good. like
yes, that's what I was about to say. I was like, this is not a classic. This is not this is not. I would expected more from them, and I mean, I don't know what it was. Because obviously all 3 of them love each other. I've seen all their interviews since I watched this movie, and they obviously all love each other. Get well. I guess Gal and Dwayne have known each other for over 12 years now, and they love each other. They talk to each other, and all that stuff.
Yeah,
but. I don't know what was missing from this movie, but there's something missing, and I don't know what I can't put my thumb on it, but I mean, I liked it. I laughed at all the one-liners from Ryan Reynolds. I laughed at Dwayne The Rock's rebuttals. I laughed at Gal popping up and fucking with them. Maybe it just needed to be R-rated. Maybe they needed to get a little deeper on each other.
So,
what I'm saying?
Here's the problem. It was acting like it was more clever than it actually was, because it wasn't that clever. For other reason, Ocean's 11 is so people like that movie so much. It's because how clever it was. At the ending, they tried to do that, but it didn't work for me. I like these actors. I like Gal. I like Dwayne. I like Ryan, but they just didn't do it for me. This movie, of course, they're charming, and it's just like everyone thinks that, man. If Rock and Ryan Reynolds get together, because you saw them a little bit in the Hobbs and Shaw, where Ryan would just show up and just start saying shit.
Right.
Yeah, you think that would be a perfect, and I think that was the idea. It's like, hey, let's get the Rock and Ryan Reynolds together, and we'll make a movie around it, which is to me, not necessarily the best thing you can do. It's more of like, I'll write this fucking awesome movie and take these 2 fucking awesome people.
Yeah, and I mean, I agree with you. I think maybe it was more of like the movie was written around them, and not like the movie was written, and then they just grabbed the 2 of them and said, "Hey, this is the 2 of you guys. You can be in this movie."
So I read someone say, like, if you go in this hoping for Skyfall, No, this is a silly movie. It's the action's.
This is a good action. All right, what can I compare this to make people understand? This is like
this is exactly what you expect from a movie with Ryan Reynolds and Wes Johnson, rated G-13. That's what you.
This is Con Air.
This is but Con Air. People still remember Con Air.
That's the best way to say it. It's not going to be a classic. It's not.
But Con Air is a classic, though. Con Air is a classic.
Is it really?
Yeah. No, dude. No, listen. In 12 years, in 12 years, in 12 years.
All right. Stop arguing that point. I get it. This is Wolf with Jack Nicholson.
Okay, yeah. But
that's what I'm saying. It's like it's a movie that that's a good movie. I liked it. It's good, but it's not gonna
stand the test of time.
Knock your socks off.
So the thing is about Red Notice is that it's very minor. I think in both their catalogs, it's like Rampage in that aspect that it's just a rock movie and it's just there. And you both you and I love. What are you doing a weird face for when I try to say something?
I don't know.
But fun. Yeah, Dwayne and Ryan, like of course those people they're charming actors. It's hard to not like them in the role they do. I'm sure the people out there that like couldn't stand it. I'm sure the people out there hate it. I didn't really like it that much, but I wasn't mad. I watched it or anything. You know what I mean?
You didn't like it?
Not really. No.
I thought it was great. I thought it was fun.
I
was entertained. Were you not entertained?
I wish I had that fucking that clip from Gladiator. Were you not entertained? I don't know, man. Like I was almost falling asleep at points. Really was. I was yawning a lot. But
it's because you smoke shitty weed, dude.
I didn't smoke. I don't smoke when I watch movies. You know this.
Oh, I do all the time. I get super high.
I know.
And I'm just like, is that Ryan Reynolds? No, I'm sober the whole time.
Yeah.
It's one of the coolest thing I did notice during this movie, though.
What's up?
Every time the Dwayne or Ryan was drinking alcohol, they're both drinking their own brands of alcohol that they actually own.
What is Ryan own? What kind of alcohol?
Aviation gin, one of the best gins ever. I never, when I go to the liquor store to buy gin, I never buy it because it's like it's like
top shelf. Yeah,
it's like it's not top shelf, but it's like $38 for a bottle, and then I can get the same size of bottle for like $15 of a gin that I like. So it's like,
what about what does Dwayne own?
He owns Terramana Tequila. Tequila.
He does tequila. Okay. I mean, because a lot of people hate gin. A lot of people hate tequila. I don't think you can drink tequila. I think you're the one that vomits when you drink tequila, right?
Yes, I used to. But recently, in the last year or two, when I've done, or a couple of years, the last 2 or 3 years, when I do a shot of tequila, I can keep it down.
Oh.
So that's good.
Just so you guys know, me and one of the early episodes of the show, Neil took a shot of tequila on the show. He kept it down, but then when he got home, he threw it up. So
yeah, I threw it up. Right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the formation of how they do the tequila. The not the formation, but the
formula.
Not the formula. The
fermentation.
Fermentation. Thank you.
Yeah, fermentation.
Thank you. I said the word wrong.
Yeah.
I hate words.
Yeah.
All right.
You got some quotes for this?
Yeah, let's get some quotes and get on with the show.
Okay.
No American cowboy stuff. Don't worry. I left my chaps at home. I know you're the slow, bald guy who's been chasing me. The boat's name. Did you see the boat's name that Ryan Reynolds was on?
What was it?
We're gonna make it, Rose.
Okay.
Straight up from Titanic. Stuff like that was funny if you look in the background. I'm about to send you to the worst place in the world. What? Your Instagram account?
Fuck.
Are you a top or a bottom? Doesn't matter. The prison's gonna decide for us both. No one knew Miley Cyrus was going to be there. It was completely unannounced show. Why you wearing the hairnet? Why are you wearing the hairnet? You're bald. Does the back of your head look like a giant penis? The answer is yes. I want you to remember one critical thing. I know everyone you work with and every member of your family, and I also know your browser history. I can send your mom a picture of your mouth sexing a goat. We both know this is all going to end up with you in handcuffs. Promises, promises. God, I have such a confusing erection right now. Piss off for like 1,000 years. I lied to you. I lied to her. I lied to baby Jesus. Oh, wow. We really got some dads. Yeah. Surprised we didn't both become strippers. I get that Rudolph the Red-Nosed Nazi guy is rumored to be the last person who held it. Thought that one was funny.
Yeah.
Does the bank of your head... Oh, sorry. That's wrong. I'm there. Here we go. You know me, I was in the Game of Thrones. I'm Ed Sheridan, bitch.
Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran.
You know what I think is funny? Vin Diesel's auditions tape for Cats. And yes, it exists.
So,
all right, give me your score first.
My
man.
score is going to be a 3.4.
Oh, I get that. Yeah. I mean, I'm there with you.
I'm ready to go down to 3.3, honestly. Like it wasn't that good. It's not like the shittiest thing on the planet, but if I weren't obligated to watch for the show, I don't know if I would have carved out the time for it. So,
to be honest, I liked it. I thought it was a little bit better. I'm going to give it a 3.7, and the reason being is I want them to do a part 2 just because I want to see Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, and Dwayne Johnson go at it again.
Okay.
It was, by any means, this was not Lethal Weapon. This was not 48 Hours. This was not any of those, classic movies where you put two oddballs together and let it run with it. But it was awesome. I thought it was a fun movie. It wasn't the worst. Believe me, there's a lot more movies. Maybe this year when we do our yearly thing, we do like the 5 worst movies we watched all year.
Okay, that works. We'll do that too.
Top 10, top 5 worst.
All right, sounds good. Now we're on Rotten Tomatoes. So she has on there. Let's do Civil War. Neil guesses the audience score, and I tell him he's wrong. All right, and he also guesses the critic score. I want you to guess the audience score in this movie.
62.
92%.
Holy shit! Really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Nice, way to go.
Now, what's the critic score in this movie?
52.
35%.
I knew it was gonna be low.
I didn't think it was gonna be that low.
What's their bullshit?
Red Notice's big budget and A-list cast add up to a slickly competent action comedy whose god ingredients only make the middling results more disappointing. So, I'm with them. Didn't really like the movie. Here we are. It's like I said, it's hard not to like Dwayne Johnson and Ryan Reynolds together because they're just so funny together. They're so funny.
They're so good together.
But it's just like I said, I feel like it's a normie action comedy it's action comedy for normies. like that's how I felt about it. Like of course everyone's gonna like this movie, but I'm not one of the people that really fell for it. But
I fell for it.
But it's what it is, and that was Red Notice.
Is it really what it is?
Red Notice. Red Notice. But you got news for us, dude?
Only if you want to touch me in my no-no spot. This is the MTDS Movie News. Today, I will tell you a lot of stories, and Chris will love it as he's sucking on his shiner.
So I don't know if you noticed, but they have they started now put out this Sunday put out Holiday Cheer, which has peaches and pecans in it. And I fucking love it. I bought it at the Misty's, and the guy who came in, he's like, "You like that?" And I'm like, "I love it." He goes, "Me too." I bought a 6-pack last night and finished it off. That's how much I love All Nature. So I'm very, very happy.
Really?
It's back. I'm glad.
Was it really good?
Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
Yeah, I did.
Did you touch your nose while you did it?
Last year, this is like I drank exclusively when I was drinking alcohol. And I let my father-in-law try it, and he's like, "It's not that good." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? What's wrong with you?" But here we are. Are you ready to give me a first story that I can comment on?
Tom Hanks.
Yeah, Tom Hanks
has never been asked to be in the MCU. And he's wondering why.
I did. Well, do you think he's too old now to be a superhero? He could be like
no, he can be anything. Here's the problem. First of all, they've never called me once. Nope, not never. And I think if one of these days they will, they'd say, is there any way you'd consider playing like Secretary of Defense? You know, a guy who comes in and says, please help us with Ultraman. We can't survive. And I'd be one of those guys.
Well,
and I'm okay with that. I'm okay. There's so many people coming to the MCU. Let's just pop Tom Hanks in there once.
Do you think? I'm pretty sure he'd do it, right? Like Tom Hanks is pretty game. He's also like a fucking. He's at the point that he can do anything in his career, and it wouldn't tarnish what he has. You know what I mean?
No, because he's Tom fucking Hanks, dude.
Yeah, he's America's.
He played Mr. Rogers. All right, let's not even talk about all the other great things he said. He played Mr. Rogers, and nobody said "fuck you," because Mr. Rogers is like Bob Ross. You don't touch him. You don't come near them.
He's like America's
He's the
sweetheart,
only guy.
Right? He's like America's sweetheart.
Yeah, he's America's sweetheart. Period. Love it. All right, so the actual full trailer was released yesterday for Spider-Man No Way Home. Did you see it?
How did I not see this? Like, this is like the final trailer before it actually comes out?
No, the first big trailer, the first real trailer.
I'll have to take a look.
Not the one that was accidentally leaked that they gave to Comic-Con.
Okay, I'll have to
like the first one.
I'd pay attention because.
Oh my God. Everyone is in this fucking movie. Literally everyone.
Is Tom Hardy in it?
Can't go see the trailer, man. I can't sit there. I don't want to ruin it for people that don't want to be spoiled. But I'm going to tell you right now, if they don't do a Sinister Six movie after this, I don't know. This is their opportunity, bro. Because I saw all the villains in the background, and there's Easter egg things where people deep dive into it. But man, if you want to see what's coming up with the new Spider-Man movie, go take a look. Seriously, it is worth it.
Real quick, for people who want to know how my Chicago trip was, had a great time. Just I didn't mention that I got back from Chicago. I saw Jeff.
Oh yeah, Jesus, yeah. How was your Chicago trip?
It was fine, dude. We stayed in Lakeview the whole time. Walked everywhere.
You did what?
We stayed in Lakeview most of the time.
Nice.
Yeah. I went and saw Jeff Rosenstock and went and saw a play. It was Bug, which is great. It's also based on, the play and the movie is made based off the play. You know, it's really cool. But yeah, the Rock and all that shit. But yeah,
that's cool, man.
Yeah, Lakeview's like the rich part of Chicago, though. It's also the hip part. So my feet still hurt. So it's good times.
Good. That's good stuff. Production company A24 is going to be doing the fantasy epic known as The Legend, I might pronounce this wrong, of Ochai. Ochai? O-C-H-I. O-C-H-I.
It's Ochi, I guess.
Ochia?
Ochi.
And it's a famous anime and game. And the synopsis is Legend of Ochia follows a young girl who runs away from home and learns to communicate with elusive animal species known as the Ochia. Composer and Dirty Projectors founder David is creating an original score.
Dirty Projectors They were pretty.
It's going to be directed by Isaiah Saxon, but it's all A24. I figured you'd want to know that because you're a big A24 fan.
Yeah, I follow movies they make for sure. So, Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I guess, I mean...
Another horror movie icon is coming alive.
Who?
The reboot treatment is getting done for Pumpkinhead. Woo! Pumpkinhead!
I have a confession to make.
You don't know who Pumpkinhead is?
I've never seen any Pumpkinhead movies.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's a remake of Stan Winston's Pumpkinhead has been in the cards since 2017, and it finally looks like Paramount is moving forward. After Paranormal Activity, The Next of Kin, Orphan First Kill, Pet Sematary prequel, and, of course, the Mile Meyer. There's Halloween. There's so many different things that are being rebooted right now. Scream.
I'm going to dive headfirst into a highway embankment, if they ever try to remake Trick or Treat. I really am.
The 2007 movie?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I recently just watched that for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah, I never knew that
It's
existed.
so
I saw
good,
the character. I saw the character at a dispensary where we were giving away concert tickets, and
I
they gave away
that,
like
right?
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and I
so
was like,
good,
I
man.
gotta see whatever that is, and I did.
It's really good, right?
Director Doug, yeah, it's really, really good. It's an anthology, of stories that's being told that all come together at the end. I wish I knew a movie like that. Maybe we'll talk about one like that or later on in this podcast.
Oh, maybe we will.
Anyway.
Maybe we will.
All right. Doug Liman, the director of Edge of Tomorrow,
Doug Liman,
is doing a reboot.
Why is he making the sequel to Edge of Tomorrow? Why can't he do that?
He's making a reboot.
Okay.
Of one of the greatest movies of the 1980s.
I can't guess it.
Roadhouse.
What?
Roadhouse.
Oh, okay. So have they casted it all?
No, not yet. But they got a director. What else do you need?
Who would you get? Okay, who would you get to be the Patrick Swayze character nowadays? If you had to pick someone.
Man.
We could pick someone who's young because it can't be Ryan Reynolds. He's like 40 something.
No, it can't be Matthew McConaughey because he's older.
And Ryan Gosling, I think, is a little bit older too. So we need to pick it can't. Something can't be. It can't be right. I was thinking Tom Holland.
Zac Efron.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Oh.
Zac Efron.
Okay, all right. I'll buy that. I'll buy that.
All right. Lethal Weapon 5 will be going directly to streaming services. It will not be going to the movie theater. So take that with what it is. I mean, it's Lethal Weapon 5. Hopefully they do good.
But who's directing it? I know who's directing it.
I don't know. I didn't look at
I know.
that.
I know who is.
Other news stories and moved along, dude.
Well, Mel Gibson's directing Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Mel Gibson's. Oh, yeah. Actually, that is one of the other news stories.
Yeah.
I was just now looking at my list of news stories. I'm sorry. I got a lot of news stories. I'm trying to go through them as quick as possible. Daredevil talent. Daredevil is getting a reboot.
Good, because the first one
Disney
sucked.
Plus.
Wait, hold on. Did you like Daredevil? You're the ones who really liked the movie, right? You like the original Daredevil?
I like the director's cut. But the TV series was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, well, I remember
the TV series, a reboot on the Daredevil movie TV series on Netflix was ridiculous.
I saw the movie with my friend, and he was like, "That was awesome." I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? That movie.
I already moved on to the TV series. That was completely fucking awesome.
Yeah, TV series is great. Yeah, I'm not saying.
I would be kind of tired of you dissing me because I like something.
Well, I'm tired of you dissing me for liking The Dark Knight.
We're not bullies, dude. We're not bullies.
Bullies? What's a bully? Oh,
bully. A bully.
Oh, no, we're not.
What the hell, dude? Can you not hear me?
Have you seen The Gift?
Am I not speaking the words out of my mouth?
Real quick, have you seen The Gift?
I send people gifts all the time.
No, the movie The Gift with my boy Jason Bateman and what's the other guys? I'm too drunk to remember. Let's move on.
You're already drunk, kid? All right, cool. Let's get through these.
Okay.
Right. Sylvester Stallone is returning to Guardians of the Galaxy for Volume 3. I can't wait to see what his part is going to be.
I mean, I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Both of them.
There's a TV show.
Yeah.
There's a TV show from the great country of England, the 1960s British TV series called The Champions. is being reboot. It's a cult favorite TV show. And the two main stars to be playing in this reboot will be Ben Stiller and Kate Blanchett.
Interesting.
Right? Champions is a long-forgotten gem that will be executed in the next generation the same strange way. Most of it, gosh dang it.
And then
the original series.
And then when people...
The original story was International Intelligence Agency based in Guinevere. Their first mission as a team investigates the potential... Geneva. It was Geneva. Thank you. Stop making fun of me. I'm having a low brain activity day today, man. I'm sorry.
Have you smoked yet? Have you smoked yet?
No, I haven't done anything. I've been doing nothing but hard freaking labor work for the last 4 days straight.
Okay.
When they were all right. Anyway, the first mission as a team investigated a potential lethal experiments in the communist China. So I guess that's what it's kind of like about. I have no idea. I've never heard of this before.
I bet when we try to watch it to get prepared for the actual reboot, what will happen is that you'll have to pay like $20 to watch it. Yeah. So.
The story I'm missing, and I can't find it for some reason, is that Patrick Stewart and I don't have it anywhere. I can't find it anywhere. I saw it earlier and I didn't save it, and I should have. Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman have both signed on to reprise the roles as Wolverine and Professor X in the MCU.
I'm gonna need some proof of that. I'm not saying you're wrong. It just sounds...
No, I'm not. It's seriously I read it earlier and I didn't save it. I was going to save it and I didn't because I was doing house shit or doing stuff. But it was literally they both signed on for 2 movies.
Really? I'm gonna
I'm down. You ever heard of a movie called Naked Gun?
Oh, I know exactly what the next movie's gonna be in this.
Have you ever heard of a movie called Airplane?
Yeah, I've heard both those movies.
Creator is now developing a new spoof movie. David Zucker, the co-creator of the classic spoof movies Naked Gun and Airplane, is developing a new comedy called The Star of Militia.
What's his spoofing?
Set in the late 1940s, America Militia follows prizefighter Joe Medina, newly released from prison for killing his opponent in the ring, as he pursues his love, Harriet Evans, to Hollywood. Hitchhiking west, he accidentally gains possession of a highly sought-after but cursed gemstone known as the Star of Militia, and proceeds on an accidental murder spree, leaving a trail of people he never intended to kill.
I'll watch that.
The Red Notice's director, really wants to do an MCU movie with the Incredible Hulk versus Wolverine.
I'll watch that too.
All day long. All right, last but not least, you're obviously bored with this. Let's talk about your favorite movie here in a second. But first, let's talk about this last news segment. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for it.
Dude, it's a Wes Anderson movie. You love Wes Anderson.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, Jerry Garcia. Do you know who that guy is?
I know who Jerry Garcia is. He was the guitar player when they found the members of the Grateful Dead.
How many fingers did he have?
I mean, it sounded like he had 1 million. But,
he had 9. He got his ring finger cut off from an axe from his brother when he was a kid.
Well, his brother's dickhole.
Well, I mean, it was an accident.
So, did you mind?
Martin Scorsese is going to be directing a Grateful Dead biopic movie for Apple TV.
I mean, yeah, he's doing 2 movies for Apple TV. It goes the Flower Moon. And who is playing Jerry Garcia?
Yep. So he already cast Jerry Garcia. So I said the names: Martin Scorsese, Jerry Garcia, Apple TV. Who is playing Jerry Garcia. Think about Jerry Garcia, what he looks like, who his embodiment. He's a big teddy bear kind of guy.
Jonah Hill.
How the fuck did you know that?
I saw that.
Did you read this?
Yeah, I read it.
Damn it. Damn it, Chris. You ruined it. All right, we're done with news.
Oh, we are? Okay.
That was the internet news that was across the world, and I read it to Chris. Now he's super drunk and wants to talk Wes Anderson.
So first of all, I saw this. We're talking about First Dispatch, directed by Wes Anderson, written by Wes Anderson, story by Wes Anderson, Roman Coppola, Hugo Jensen, Jason Schwartzman, obviously. But I wanted to mention that that I seen this. I saw this like 3 weeks ago. Time out.
Slow down your words, dude. You're a little drinky, and you're rushing your words. Just slow down a little bit because you're getting mumbled. All right.
So
I love you.
We're talking about the French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Morning Sun. What is it?
Oh my gosh, you should know. You're the one that lives only a couple miles from where it's from. The French Dispatch of the Liberty, Kansas Evening Sun.
Okay. So this came out a while back. Neil was only able to see it just recently because it, for some reason, was slowed down by a week or two when it came to Tulsa, right?
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Directed by Wes Anderson, screenplay by Wes Anderson, story played by...
Maybe they're showing so many screens of like Shang-Chi and freaking Eternals, and you know, it happens.
So, also written by Wes Anderson, Roman Coppola, Hugo Jensen, and Jason Schwartzman. These are all pretty much always collaborators of Wes Anderson. If you guys don't know who Wes Anderson is, I don't know what to tell you. Like he's
really? You don't know what to tell him? Here, I'll tell him since you don't know what to tell him. Gosh, that's weird. If you don't know who Wes Anderson is, I don't know what to tell you. Literally, you are like the guy who should be able to tell them who Wes Anderson is.
Rushmore, Thrilled Tenenbaums, Darjeeling Limited, Life Aquatic, which you came to my house and watched on my birthday.
The Isle of Dogs, Moonrise Kingdom,
Fantastic
Mr. Fox,
Grand Budapest Hotel.
He's the guy that has made every weird fucking movie you thought that was weird in the last 10 years.
That really quiet girl that was really cute but never spoke. Her favorite filmmaker is Wes Anderson.
Her favorite movie. It's all the movies that Bill Murray has been in the last 10 years. Except for Zombieland.
Let's go ahead and we'll play the clips. This stars fucking Bill Murray.
And the idea of a trilogy was something, as an artist, you think the great ones, Godfather and Lethal Weapon.
Also, this stars Tilda Swinton.
Okay. Welcome, Donald. Welcome to Snuff, where we are teaching the strong-willed man how to dress, think, eat, fuck.
And also, this also stars Benicio del Toro.
I've never killed a man.
And also Jeffrey Wright.
I am the Watcher. I am your guide.
And this also stars Adrian Brody, Leah Seydoux, Frances McDormand, Timothy Chalamet, Matthew Emmerich, Owen Wilson, Henry Winkler,
Will Smith,
Christoph Waltz.
Fucking... Whoa. When you say Henry Winkler, you got to say it a little bit differently, dude. You got to give him Henry Winkler. Hey,
the Fonz. Yeah, I'm that guy. Lou Schreiber. Who talked about? Lou Schreiber was in Wolverine Origins, right?
Who?
Lou Schreiber. He was Sabretooth, right? Lou Schreiber.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe, Edward Norton, Saoirse Ronan, and Elizabeth Moss, Jason Schwartzman. Everyone who's been in a Wes Anderson film is also in this movie. Besides,
and anybody, I mean, Edward Norton, William Dafoe. I mean, this list just goes on and on and on. And it was hard even to pick up who I was going to do because we only do like 4 or 5 clips per movie. I'd literally do a clip like if I had enough time and effort, I would have done a clip for like 90% of this cast.
Yeah, dude, they're all so good.
But let me read the storyline for everybody.
Yeah.
A love letter to journalists set in an outpost of an American newspaper in a fictional 20th century French city that brings to life a collection of stories published in the French Dispatch magazine.
So like all Wes Anderson films, it's really super bizarre. But this is interesting as
I don't think it was super bizarre. I think it had bizarre parts, but if you know Wes Anderson,
yeah, you know,
like we do,
yeah, you know Wes Anderson, you're not gonna think it's super out of character because it looks like a Wes Anderson movie, like, but
no, you know, it looks like 4 Wes Anderson movies
because there are 4 distinct parts of this movie.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, not to give too much of a spoiler of this movie, but this movie is an anthology. It has a main overlook story, and then it has 3 separate stories over the major arc.
They're like articles of the paper. Right?
The best articles in the newspaper, I think, was what they're indicating here. Like, these are the best of that section of the newspaper. I think one was like taste and dining. One was. So this, I'm trying to remember more.
So the thing is, this movie is supposed to be it's supposed to be modeled after the New Yorker, but they went ahead and did Wes Anderson by saying, "Hey, this is for the Liberty, Kansas, the French Dispatch for that foreign paper." You know, like, so of course it's got all kinds of stuff in this. But I was I settled right in. Right when I sat down the movie, I knew exactly from the first 10 minutes what I was getting into. You know, it's very funny, but but the thing about the Wes Anderson, he's not laugh out loud funny. He's sort of pleasant, you know, charming, that sort of thing. But I'm actually really interested to hear what you had to say about this movie.
It was a movie. I watched it.
Okay.
All right. One. I was in a packed theater for one of the first times.
Really?
Packed. I had people almost fucking elbow to elbow, dude.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Literally.
When did you see it? Last week or something?
There's a guy sitting here in Tulsa, dude, at fucking 7:30. They only played it twice a day. They played it twice a day as the second showing of it.
Okay.
And there was people. Literally, you know how the seating is where there's 2 seats that are together, AMC?
Yeah.
There's somebody at the end of the seats here and the end of the seats there, and we all had our own spots. We're all very separated from each other. And so that was cool. But at first I thought I was going to have a problem. I thought people were going to talk a lot and stuff, but then I realized I was in a room of other people that have watched Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Because when the silly shit came up,
no.
and I don't mean the big laugh parts. You know, we know the big laugh parts. But when the silly shit came up, that the ones that know Wes Anderson and know how to look at those little silly fucking parts and have fun with it, we laughed.
Yeah.
And I like right away, I was laughing at something, and there's like 5 other people in the movie theater laughing. And we're talking, there's like 30, 40 people in this fucking little movie theater. And I just like kind of looked at him like, yeah, you're my guy. You're my dude. We get each other. We know each other.
Yeah.
We get it. This movie was awesome.
It's great.
I will put this easily top 3 ever Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, I had a hard time figuring out where to put this in the Wes Anderson pantheon, because this is one. It's probably it's most
Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic, and this. I think these are those are the top 3 Wes Anderson movies now. If this is not in my top 10 at the end of the year when we do it here in a month,
you don't know.
I would be very surprised.
Yeah.
I'd have to. It's someone's gonna have to push it out, because this was one of my favorite Wes Anderson movies I think I've ever watched. It's not only
the acting. The acting is perfect. Like everyone played their part so.
They knew they were in a Wes Anderson movie. They knew, like, even the young guy, Timothy Chalamet. He played his part to a freaking T.
Here's why Wes Anderson wrote that part for him. When he wrote that part, he was and it's when he wrote that part, he's like, no, I had no one else in mind but Timothy Chalamet. But the thing is, like, everyone in this, like, I can understand people saying this is the most Wes Anderson movies like ever, like Wes Anderson movies, and that's fine because I love Wes Anderson, and and
to be honest, this is why I like Wes Anderson. Why? He created his own genre.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There is nothing like a Wes Anderson movie.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can compare it to.
And yet, if someone tried to make a Wes Anderson movie, they could, but it wouldn't be a Wes Anderson movie. Like there's
because he films in a way where 3D looks 2D.
Yeah.
Where he makes it look like an example, and this is not ruining parts of the movie or anything like that. This is just an example. Is there's a scene where there's a waiter walking up the up to the 5th floor, I think it was, of a building.
Yeah.
And the reaction and action of what he has to go through reminds me of one of those machines, where it does the hardest task to do the simplest task.
Oh yeah, the God, what's that called? God,
I can't remember off the top of my head right now. Foliacci machine.
Yeah,
or something
I know
like that.
Go ahead.
Yeah. But that's what it reminded me of, because like this waiter is just trying to do the simplest task of taking up these, it looked like 6 or 7 drinks up to this top floor.
Yeah.
And he's trying to like go up to it. And like he had to go through this, he had to pull a ladder down, he had to, and
Rube Goldberg is just thinking of Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. And by any means, I absolutely, as soon as this movie started, I was in.
Yeah.
I was like into it.
It's an adorable movie. It's also very interesting, and I can't. That's that third story with Jeffrey Wright though. That's probably my favorite story of all 3 of them. I liked all 3.
Oh, dude, you know what? And walking out of the theater, I was listening to other people talk because I kind of slowly walk out.
Yeah.
Because I want to hear. I like hearing that reaction from people, and people thought the opposite.
Really?
Yeah, like even when I was in the men's room, like I heard 3 guys talking, and they're like, "I really liked the first 2 stories. The third one was bad." And to me, I agree with you though.
Yeah.
My thing was like, I know like how the story started with Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
Like it was slow building, but when it got to like the revolution or the climax or the falling action, whatever, what do you want to call it?
Yeah.
I knew it was going to pay off.
Yeah.
Because I know Wes Anderson, I know Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
And it did pay off. It paid off immensely. Because especially since he had like Bill Murray staring at him going, "This is not what I asked you to write." And he's like, "But did you read it?"
Yeah.
and not those exact words.
I
but,
do like he'll also
words.
add that part. Add that part to the story. Yeah. So like, I was super enthralled. I was very pleased with it. Of course, it's a Wes Anderson fan dream. Yeah, and I really don't know who's in it. I know he already finished his second movie after this, and who stars in the movie after this. Tom Hanks is the lead in the next movie. Called
2? Huh? Who do you say?
Tom Hanks is gonna be in the next Wes Anderson.
T. Hanks.
T. Hanks is gonna be in it. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. Thanks for Hanks.
Thanks is gonna be in the next one. Yeah, and I'm just saying, Wes Anderson can keep doing Wes Anderson movies if they're like this, because to be honest, I mean, even what was his latest one? Wasn't it Isle of Dogs? Even though it was clay animation.
Yeah.
Like I loved Isle of Dogs and Moonrise Kingdom,
Grand Budapest Hotel, even like.
Oh man, I mean, like all of them are really good, and it just seems like he's getting better. It's like the best way I could compare Wes Anderson to anyone would be like comparing him to like Stanley Kubrick. I guess
Kubrick film, yeah, I guess. I can see that. Like, because it's so idiosyncratic, if you see The Shining, you'll be like, oh, that's a Kubrick film, and you see 2001: The Space Odyssey,
yeah,
that's a Kubrick film. But it's hard to think for me to think of someone as so idiosyncratic as Wes Anderson. His movies,
and there's so many, and this is the thing about Wes Anderson. There are so many little things happen. And there's even stuff I did not have time. I wrote down notes to even look it up, and I did not have time because of everything I'm going through this week.
Yeah.
But there's stuff that I know I'm going to miss.
Dude.
That I saw little things, and I know Wes Anderson. He throws things in there that is like a Easter egg behind an Easter egg behind an Easter egg, and you got to know the 3 dimensions of what's going on, and you'll get a laugh out of it if you research it. And
it's for a very specific audience, and I was super pleased with it. I don't want to give anything away because I feel like the little things that you discover yourselves are the most fun to watch. But
yeah, that's why I've not really borrowed into it, like by any means. This is a movie that if you are a Wes Anderson fan, and I didn't even know this, my wife was excited about seeing this movie, and I didn't tell her that I was seeing this movie this week.
She pissed.
And I just like, I gotta go see my movie.
Yeah,
I'll go see it after work because. And the thing is, we've been super busy with getting this house prepared, and she was like really upset with me that I didn't invite her along. And I was like, oh, you're right. You did say you wanted to see this. I felt like it's such a dickhole. But whatever.
I mean, when you came to my place for Thanksgiving, or not Thanksgiving, my birthday, we watched Life Aquatic. And I had that poster that you...
Yeah, I got you a poster with your face and your wife's face on it, which my wife did. She actually did the photoshopping on that.
It's so amazing. But yeah, if I were to put this in my favorite Wes Anderson movies, this would be my top 3. Up there.
Yeah, this was such a good movie. He did a great job. I'll read some quotes. Okay. Let's get to it, man. I want to hear your numbers on this one.
Sure.
And I want you to go first.
Yeah.
Because I want you to hear mine last. Okay. Because I have a number in mind.
Okay.
And I don't know if you're going to expect it or not.
Okay.
He brought the whole world to Kansas. Just try to write like you did. Oh, I can't even read that. I'm sorry. It's very dark at some points. I'm sorry. It's a theater. And it's very packed, so I couldn't light up a phone to write things down. You're fired. Don't cry in my office. Oh, look. Choir boys half drunk off of the blood of Christ. Oh. Here's one thing I did write down that we didn't talk about. The fourth wall breaking of Owen Wilson.
Oh, yeah. You like that?
Oh, my God. That is one of my... I really love that. Not to break... Owen Wilson does a great fourth wall break that I'm just like... And then you notice he's not breaking the fourth wall. He's actually looking or doing what he's doing. But, man, it was awesome. I'm going to poison myself before I see the world again. The exposition of the Liberty, Kansas Fair, which nearly burnt to the ground. Turn the switch, you cocksucker. His need to fail is more than our massive need to succeed. I like how ruthless you are. It's part of your beauty. They're convinced they are better than we are. Her large, stupid eyes watched me pee. How are you planning to kill me? I believe this is a case of mistaken identity. Love is the wrong way. I can't read the rest of that quote. That's awesome. Awesome. Self-reflection is best done in private or not at all. I'm not brave. I just wasn't in the mood to be a disappointment to everyone. Don't light the candles. He's dead.
Yeah.
But that kind of gives you the quirkiness of this movie. Chris, I want to hear yours first because I have what I already have it. I already have it right here.
It's a 4.5 movie. I mean, like,
oh really?
Yeah. If it's Wes Anderson, it's good. I mean, it's one of his best ones. I I can't go higher, but because I need the feeling that this movie's higher than 4.5 give me. But this is the perfect Wes Anderson film. Like if you want someone to, this is not an intro level Wes Anderson film, but if you're a Wes Anderson fan, you're gonna think, your friend goes, what is Wes Anderson? And go watch The French Dispatch, and that's this movie. You know, so 4.5 for me. What's your score for this?
Man, I can't believe this, dude. I'm just gonna throw this one right before I give my number, because I cannot believe this. I cannot believe this.
Yeah.
This is a 4.8 movie to me.
Wow.
And I can't believe I'm rating a Wes Anderson movie higher than you are rating a Wes Anderson movie. This was the most, all right, this is the way I gotta say this. This is the most Wes Anderson movie I have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like, Life Aquatic is like the only thing
It comes a little bit close to it.
more close to this. And this one, to me, the other movies that I said, the Royal Tenenbaums, Life Aquatic, and this one, I think this surpasses those two.
I agree.
I think this is the best Wes Anderson movie I have seen.
It's the best put together movie of his movies. And it's weird to say because it's an anthology movie, but all these things like people say the stories don't tie together, but it reads like a newspaper because everything's different. You know, like you don't have really.
Yeah, and that's what I loved about it, and that's my thing. This is what I loved about it, because like all the other movies, like Royal Tenenbaums, like you got the story with Gwyneth Paltrow and Luke Wilson, and then you got the story with Bill Murray and Angela Houston and Ernie Hudson, and or Ernie Anderson. But you have all those stories that have to accumulate together, and then in the same way with like Moonrise Kingdom, there's all these different stories accumulating together. Life Aquatic, there's all these stories that accumulate together. This didn't fucking matter.
Yeah. It didn't matter.
They're telling crazy fucking stories about what's going on. And it didn't matter. It just that it's all involved. And because of that, you get three very unique stories to the point that you think one person's a pedophile, you think one person's like just lucky to be alive, and then you think another guy is fucking whacked out of his fucking mind. Like, you literally get these three amazing stories. And to me, maybe I'm a huge person of anthology stories, of stories like this. Like
VHS.
I love Tales from the Crypt. I'm trying to list something in my head, but like I love where I get like three different stories, four different stories, and then at the end they all come together just because this one guy's the host. And that's the way I feel like that Bill Murray was the host, and everything came around because of Bill Murray.
Yeah, it's also thought-provoking. It's also kind of sad at points, and you got all those feelings from this movie. The best parts of the human condition show up in this movie. You know what I mean? Like,
and it made me happy in places I can't touch myself. In the movie theater when it's packed. It's like I wanted to pull it out and be like, hey. And it's Wes Anderson.
I mean, just by the cast alone, you can know that this has amazing parts. So now there is people out there that are tired of Wes Anderson. I'm not one of them at all.
No, I'm not either. I'm one of those people that it's like I said, it's like Stanley Kubrick. It's like Alfred Hitchcock. It's like
Paul
there's
Thomas Anderson.
Directors.
Yeah.
Huh?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Paul Thomas Anderson. There's directors that have a style to them. That have a style.
But I can't say
Quentin Tarantino
has a style.
He has a style. They have styles to themselves that make them completely different than a normal go out and watch a Friday night movie where the bad guy loses, the good guy wins. They have a different way of storytelling. And because of them, we have a division in movies, in cinema, in art. And Wes Anderson is like a Picasso, dude. Not everybody's gonna know why the nose is where the eye is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not everybody's gonna get that, but I get it, and I love him.
Yeah.
I love it. I love what he did here.
I want to see it again.
So,
I mean, this one we did as soon as it's available.
I've tried downloading it 3 times now, and all of them are bad.
Yeah,
all the downloads are bad. You can't rent it yet. Believe me.
It's actually rented able in December. I found out. So
and then I'll be able to download it.
And then,
but all right, so
now we're on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right, Rotten Tomatoes. I gotta guess the fans. Oh God, they're gonna break my heart. It's gonna be like 62.
76.
No, really? They went higher than I
so
thought.
There is the audience says. It says the French Dispatch can be a little hard to follow, but if you're a fan of Wes Anderson's filmmaking, you won't want to miss it. Yeah. Okay. Now the critic score.
91.
75, which is surprising.
Fuck them.
You know, a lot of people are just like, I'm tired of Wes Anderson. But what the critic instance is, a loving ode to the spirit of journalism, the French Dispatch will be most enjoyed by fans of Wes Anderson's meticulously arranged aesthetic. And since we both love Wes Anderson, we're going to love it more than a lot of people.
I mean, all right, look. Let's talk here for a second. All right, so this is a French Dispatch, right?
Mm-hmm.
This was released now, 2021.
Mm-hmm.
The movie he last made, which was clay animation, was Island of Dogs in 2018. 4 fucking years ago.
We did it in the show, by the way. You remember that?
Grand Buddhist Hotel, 2014. Moonrise Kingdom, 2012.
Yeah.
This is like people getting tired of Tim Burton. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what it is. Tim Burton, every time he pulls out a movie, fucking knocks it out of the game, knocks it out of the park every time. Every time Stanley Kubrick, you know, it's like, I don't understand why people have hatred for directors like David Lynch. Oh my God, David Lynch is another one.
I think a lot of people hate his fans, so they hate us. I'm sorry. So I don't know.
Why? Because it used to be considered you're a hipster if you like fucking Wes Anderson.
Yeah.
Guess what? I'm not a fucking hipster, and I love freaking. Believe me, a hipster is like a guy that's like, oh, I did this all before you. Yeah. And I'm a guy that's like, hey, you want to go drink blood and bury bodies? Like, I mean, come on now. I don't know. This makes no sense. All right, the guy's only been working for, what, 20 years? Well, Rushmore came out in 98. So what, 23 years?
Yeah, he's
And I can fit all the movies he did as a director in less than half a screen on my screen. I could go get Michael Bay, and the last 10 things he did would fill up half my screen.
But the problem is that those movies aren't near as good as the movies of Wes Anderson.
No, that's what I'm saying. All right, I don't know where hatred from Wes Anderson came from. The guy seems like a nice dude. I watched the interviews that he does do, which aren't many.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, this was creative. This is art. This wasn't just shoot 'em up, we're all gonna die.
This wasn't Red Notice.
Good guy. Yeah, this was a good fucking movie, man. I like, to be honest, and that's why I'm telling you right now, this is probably gonna be my top 10 this year.
Yeah. I mean,
you know why?
Why is that?
Because it's from Liberty, Kansas. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
All right. So I think that's it for the show. We are going to see Ghostbusters Afterlife and King Richard for next week's show.
What was the other one?
King Richard.
King Richard?
Yeah.
And Ghostbusters.
Yeah. And that we won't be doing it on Thursday. It'll probably be on a Sunday. And we'll be live, but you might be busy doing something else. But we'll definitely let you know. I think that's it, dude, right?
I'm down.
You can visit us on newsonsuck.net. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/newsonsuck podcast. We're on Twitter at NMTS Podcast. We're on Instagram at NMTS Podcast. If you're watching us on Facebook at the page, if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to give some money, go to patreon.com/newsonsuck. If you want to buy shirts from us, or merch from us, go to bonfire.com and search Movies Don't Suck and send it due. And on all stream platforms.
We are on streaming platforms?
We are.
All of them?
Most of them.
Makes sense. And if you're a small business, remember, guys, make sure to just get a hold of us. I love advertising small businesses because all of our thousands of downloaders and visitors, we would love them to know about your business. So if you got a small business, you got friends that have a small business, let us know. We'll be more than happy to give you a good shout out at the beginning of the episode before everybody knows that I cuss a lot.
All right. You good?
Every day of the week. Well, that's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
And remember, anytime before you get on that red notice list, it's when you're hanging out in Europe doing things with crazy hookers in Amsterdam. Remember, stop by the French Dispatch to get your copy of the new magazine. Have a good night.